Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Made a video a couple of weeks ago. We were talking about a four-star cornerback, Jordan Edmonds, 6'3", 175 pounds, out of Marietta, Georgia. He's a blue-chip prospect, fifth best corner in the country after the updated rankings yesterday. Now ranked 52nd overall. Again, a blue-chip guy, an elite corner. He was the on-3 MVP for the Under Armour Next Series back in Atlanta earlier in the month. That's when we were kind of talking about Jordan Edmonds. This is what Charles Powers said about him after he earned that MVP for the Under Armour camp. Said Jordan Edmonds turned in a stellar showing at the Under Armour Atlanta. Goes on to say the corner and defensive back groups were the deepest on hand, and Edmonds was the clear top performer of the bunch. The 6'2", 175-pounder flashed outstanding fluidity throughout the workout. He made easy work of position drills and was great during the one-on-one period. Edmonds took a bunch of one-on-one reps, gave up very little through the air. He got things going with a pass breakup against on-3 wide receiver Nayland Scott. Edmonds had no issues sticking with shifty wide receivers in the slot, effortlessly flipping his hips while moving at high speeds. He later came down with an interception while defending a wheel route, doing a great job at turning to locate the football. Edmonds' combination of size, elite length, fluidity, and ball skills made him an easy choice for the on-3 MVP. The rising corner will announce his choice on his birthday. That has since changed. We're going to talk about that. Is it good news for Tennessee? He was supposed to announce his decision on February the 19th, according to Chad Simmons. Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Oklahoma, and Tennessee are in the mix. So again, scheduled to commit on February the 19th. That was his birthday. That's why he wanted to make that decision. Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Oklahoma, and Tennessee. Now, why is Jordan Edmonds, why is this a priority? Look at Tim Banks. Look at his defense. Obviously, Coach Garner has rebuilt that defensive line. You're adding talent at the linebacker position, but look how different that group looks as a whole when you add guys like Ricky Gibson, when you add guys like Jermod McCoy, when you can put these guys out there on an island and get aggressive. That's when Tim Banks' defense is really good. And I get it. One of the biggest criticisms is, hey, when we play the Ohio States, when we play the Georgias, he's not aggressive, and maybe he doesn't have that trust in some of his guys. But as we continue to recruit at a high level, as the stock continues to rise for the overall blue chip ratio for Tennessee, I think you're only going to see the Tim Banks defense get better. We're going to talk about Jordan Edmonds, his decision to delay the commitment. We're going to talk about another guy that is currently committed, but he will officially visit Tennessee. This is a good news deal. We're going to talk about it. As always, I need you guys to do that YouTube stuff. Smash the thumbs up. It's easy. If you're watching on your TV, just pull out your phone, log in, subscribe to the channel. Click that bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. You guys know the deal. We're not experts or insiders around here. This is a fan channel for the fans, by the fans. If you like it, subscribe, click that bell, do all that YouTube stuff. Check us out live tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Tennessee basketball team going head-to-head with LSU, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Late night Talkin VAWLS. It's a watch party. What does that mean? It means you're hanging out with the boys, watching the game together. It's like coming over to Boogie's house, sitting down, cracking open a cold beer, and watching the game. That's what it's going to be like. Coach Jay's in the house. Dobber will be here. The X Factor will be here. Good old Nate Pruitt may even be in the house. We'll see. But come hang out 9 p.m. tonight. Also going live every Sunday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. But let's jump back into it and let's talk about Jordan Edmonds and his decision to delay his commitment. You see there on the screen from On3 Recruits. Four-star corner Jordan Edmonds updates his recruitment with Chad Simmons after delaying his commitment earlier this month. Eyeball emojis. Your eyes wide open. Do you feel like this is good news for Tennessee? I have an idea who I like the most. Just have to see when the time is right. What does that mean? Now, this is a quote from the article. Said, new offers are coming in. I could decide to take a few spring visits first. I'm just not sure. We're still talking it. I could commit soon, or I could take a little more time. Also, still like the same schools. I have an idea who I like most. Just have to see when the time is right. Now, who's that team that he's talking about that he likes the most? Because going into the decision, there was a lot of buzz around Alabama. Everybody felt like Bama had the edge going into that original decision date. So much so that Chad Simmons of On3 actually logged his official prediction for Alabama to land Edmonds. This was his update after the decision got pushed back earlier, late last week over the weekend. This from Chad Simmons says Jordan Edmonds was set to commit on the 19th, his birthday, but due to school being out for break, he pushed it back. The four-star corner out of Marietta had added offers from Florida State, Notre Dame, Ohio State, among others in recent days, but all signs still point to Alabama being the favorite to land his commitment when a new date is set. Based on intel, we expect the decision to come sooner rather than later. Georgia has remained in contact. Tennessee is working hard too, but the buzz remains around the Crimson Tide if a decision is made soon. If, that's a big if. Again, we were supposed to make a decision a week ago. This is what he said about Tennessee. He said, Tennessee was one of my earlier offers. I've only been there once, but they have really recruited me hard. I like how they coach. I train with some of the players that are going there. I wanted to get back on campus. Tennessee has been playing well, and I like that they are doing that. This is what Ryan Callahan said from Vols 247, and this was before the decision got delayed. So if you're listening to this and you're going, well, it was Bama, it's still Bama. It was always going to be Bama. Tennessee has no shot. Ryan Callahan said even if he commits to another school next week, and that appears likely at this point, he said he still expects to visit the Vols in the coming months. He's hoping to make it in for one of the spring practices and said he plans to take official visits to 5 schools: Alabama, Georgia, Florida, Tennessee, and Oklahoma. So Tennessee is not going to stop swinging here. Again, we know how recruiting works. It's going to go all the way to the finish line. And speaking of that, sometimes these kids commit. Sometimes they commit early, but they still want to continue the process, and that's the case with this guy right here, Hezekiah Harris. He's a guy that has been committed to Auburn since July of 2024. He's a 4-star edge out of Huntsville, Alabama, 6'5", 230 pounds, 88th player overall in the country, number 13 edge rusher. Now, he hadn't been to campus in 2 years, right? But they got him in town for junior day back in January. That built some momentum. Then the question became whether or not they could get him back in town for an official visit. As you can see on the screen, that is now locked in for June the 20th. This is what his game is all about. Holds one of the more lengthy frames in the country. Does not have a huge frame, but big enough to add plenty of weight before he plays a snap in college. 260 is not out of the realm of possibility. He's got good flexibility as an edge rusher. Certainly has more of a pass rusher than an edge setter at this point. Has excellent natural pass rush ability. Right now, Harris is still learning a few things. He does not use his hands all that well. He lets offensive linemen lean into his body. The good news, he still wins those reps, but he can take it to another level when he learns to keep his hands off of him. Harris is still learning how to keep his motor consistent. When he locks onto the quarterback, he's on fire. However, getting off the ball, getting off the blocks, he can sometimes be less explosive. That is not a physical problem, but rather something he will pick up as he develops. So again, a guy that's not been in town on campus in nearly 2 years, you get him on campus back on that junior day in January, and that builds a little momentum. Now he's got that official visit locked in. And again, I've talked about this in some previous videos. These official visits, Tennessee seems to be going back heavy again. June 20th seems to be like a big weekend that they are building in recruiting. Here's the quote after he was in town back on junior day. I enjoyed getting to bond with the coaches, getting to really know them and stuff. Just the environment of Tennessee. Coach Chop really stands out. He's a great guy. He's a great coach. I feel like he can really help me with my game. Now, Tennessee's not the only school that's going to get an official. He is also going to visit Florida on June the 6th. Auburn, who he is currently committed to, will be on May the 30th. So very interested there. Been committed to Auburn since July of last year. July of last year, he's going to take his first official visit to Auburn. It'll be interesting to watch. See, does he shut things down after that May the 30th visit, or does he still go on and take the officials to Florida, take the official to Tennessee, and we'll see if he schedules any other official visits. But couple of prospects I wanted to talk to. Jordan Edmonds delays his decision. Supposed to commit on the 19th. That is now being pushed back. Still sounds like a lot of Alabama, but you're kind of seeing this thing from two different situations here, right? Jordan Edmonds, a guy that is kind of going through the process, but it sounds like even if he commits, he is still going to take spring visits, still going to take official visits. You guys know the deal. We will follow this thing all the way down to the wire, all the way to early signing day in December. A lot of these guys are going to come off the board within the coming months. We're going to continue to keep you updated on it right here on the Talkin VAWLS Network. But let's talk about it in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. As always, smash the thumbs up on the way out the door. Go check out the official merchandise of the Talkin VAWLS Network. You can go to bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. Got all kinds of fun t-shirts, hoodies, whatever you want. We got it there at the website. Also, you can support the channel by hitting that join button right down there somewhere. It's right beside subscribe. Click that join button. $1 a month. We ask for your support to keep the lights on around here. We are grateful for everybody in the chat, everybody in the comment section that has that Power T beside their name. All the links to do that are in the description below, but that is going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.